Hello athletes, I welcome you all to this video lecture. This video is made for educating the grassroots athletes. In this video titled Basic Anatomy of Human Body, you will learn about the anatomy of musculoskeletal system, major muscle groups, location and their actions, various movements of the body. To begin with, you all know there are many organs in the human body. These organs group together and perform specific functions. These group of organs which perform specific functions are called organ systems. There are 11 such organ systems in the human body, like your digestive system, the circulatory system, the skin or the integumentary system, the skeletal system, muscular system, nervous system, etc. As players training sport, you should know about the musculoskeletal system. Why? Because when you play and when you do training, you perform various activities, like stretching, running, jumping, catching, skipping, hopping, balancing, throwing, bouncing, etc. How will you do these activities? Have you ever thought? These activities are done with the help of musculoskeletal system. Let us learn about the musculoskeletal system. What does it consist of? It consists of muscles, bones and the joints. Muscles perform movement and are attached to the bones. Bones, they provide support to the body. Do you know our human body has 206 bones and around 630 muscles. Out of these, only the skeletal muscles which are attached to the bones can perform movement or move your body. What are joints then? Bones are linked together at the joints and movements are caused by muscles at the joints. In this picture, you can see marked in circles are the joints. For upper limb, shoulder joint, elbow joint, wrist joint and joints of hand and fingers. Whereas if you see the lower limb, there is hip joint, the knee joint, ankle joint and joints of foot as well as toes. Your training exercises require smooth movement to occur at various joints in a coordinated manner, that is, in a synchronized manner. If these movements are not done in a synchronized manner, then injuries can occur. Now, let us learn about the bones. You all know parts of a human body, right? They are head, neck, trunk, which includes thorax and abdomen, and hands and legs, which are in other terms called upper limbs and lower limbs. In the first picture, you see the bones of the limbs. The upper limb bones are collarbone, that is called clavicle, arm bone, that is humerus, forearm bones, that is radius and ulna. Then bones of the wrist, hand and fingers, which are in other words called carpal bones, metacarpals and phalanges. Similarly, in the lower limb you have the longest thigh bone, that is called femur, the leg bones, that is tibia and fibula, and the bones forming the ankle joint, foot and the toes. They are called tarsals, metatarsals and phalanges. If you look at the head is made up of skull. The bone that covers the head is the skull. Then in the trunk you have rib cage in the thorax. Then at the back you have the spine. Spine is divided into 4 parts again. The cervical spine, thoracic spine, lumbar spine, which joins with the pelvis in the abdomen. In this picture, you can see the spine and the pelvis. The cervical spine, which is nothing but it supports your neck. The thoracic spine, which supports your upper back. The lumbar spine, which supports your lower back. And the pelvis, which forms the base over which your lower limbs are supported. The pelvis forms the hip joint along with the thigh bone. Let us learn about the various muscle groups now. Looking into the muscles of upper limb, you have shoulder muscles, which include deltoid, your chest muscles, pectoral muscles, rotator muscles, etc. And the arm muscles, that is your biceps and triceps, the forearm muscles and muscles of the hand. This slide shows the various muscle groups of the upper limb, which include deltoid. You can see rotator cuff muscles performing rotation, the biceps, triceps, forearm muscles and the hand muscles, which cause movement of hand and fingers. Now let us observe the muscle groups of the lower limbs. They include hip muscles, which cause various movements around the hip joint. Your gluteus muscles or the muscles present in the hip. Thigh muscles, which include quadriceps and hamstring groups. Calf muscles and the foot muscles. In this slide, you can see the pictures of various muscles acting at different joints, like hip flexors and extensors, which cause flexion and extension of the hip. Hip abductors, which move the hip away from your body. Hip adductors, which pull the hip or the lower limb towards your body. The quadriceps, which extend your knee. The hamstrings, which flex your knee. The calf muscles, which help in running by flexing your ankle joint. Then the muscles of the foot and the toes, which cause various movements of your foot and the toes. Apart from this, there are other muscle groups also which help in movement. They include the facial muscles or the muscles that are present in the face, the neck muscles and the muscles of the trunk, which include your back muscles as well as the abdomen muscles. In this picture, you can see the various back muscles which provide support to the back during movements and also which move your spine, like bending forward, rotating, twisting and all. Then neck and face muscles also can be seen in this picture. In this slide, you can see the abdominal muscles and the oblique muscles. The abdominal muscles, that is the rectus abdominis, it helps in doing sit-ups, chin-ups, curl-ups, etc. And your oblique muscle help in doing twisting activities of the trunk. Let us learn about the common movements that occur at various joints. They are flexion, extension, external rotation or lateral rotation, internal rotation or medial rotation, adduction and abduction. Now let us look into flexion and extension. Flexion is pulling the bones close to each other, and extension is moving the bones apart, that is away from each other. Bending is flexion and returning straight is extension. In the pictures you can see flexion and extension of knee joint, that is caused by hamstrings and quadricep muscles. Then flexion and extension at elbow joint, that is caused by biceps and triceps muscles, and flexion and extension of hand and fingers. Looking into internal and external rotation. Internal rotation is rotating inwards towards the body, and external rotation is rotating outwards away from the body. In this picture, you can see rotation at the shoulder joint caused by internal rotators and external rotator muscles of the shoulder, and in the second pic, you can see rotation at the hip joint caused by internal rotators of the hip, and external rotation is caused by external rotators of the hip joint. Looking into adduction and abduction. Adduction is drawing the limb towards the body, and abduction is drawing the limb away from the body. In this picture, you can see adduction and abduction of shoulder joint caused by your pectoral muscles or the chest muscles and deltoid respectively. And in the second pic, you can see adduction and abduction of the hip joint caused by adductor group of muscles at the hip, and abduction is caused by abductors of the hip. These movements will be performed at various joints when you train, when you do physical activity, when you do various drills in your physical activity like catching, throwing, sprinting, jumping, kicking, squatting, hurdle drills, swimming, rotating, cycling, etc. Now it's the question time. Can you name the joints that are there in this picture? Yes, the above one is the knee joint and the below one is the shoulder joint. Now can you name this muscle group that is present on the back of your thigh that this person is holding? Yes, it is hamstring muscles. With this, I finish the lecture, and I hope by now you understand the significance of musculoskeletal system, the various bones, muscles and joints, their actions and how they help in movement. And if you still have any doubts, you can ask me in the comments box. Thank you for your patient hearing.